Recording.
Which one is the natural aid at first, and then we'll do the football song?
Everybody rise for the national anthem.
Australia's all that Africa, for we are young and free. With golden soil and welfare, our armies get by sea. Our land a destination, our beauty reaches it is respect, let us say that that's Australian friend. In your friends and let us be. Thank you. May the best team win. Good luck, Ranger. Good luck, Imalu Tigers.
Excuse me, sir. Like, exactly how does it work? When?
Yeah, Mum.
She said yes. Well, we have to still see as long as for sale.
You should be serious. Oh, really? Yeah, okay.
He's just taking a little picture.
Okay. Oh, really? Wow. The engineering thing. That's wild. Nah, we're cool.
Lala. On l'a dit, même moi. The Prime Minister of Australia is here with us today, so we should be very honoured. I'm going to hit this breakfast. Wow.
He's going upwind too.
Hi everyone. Hi between Timur Tigers versus Ranku Eagles. On behalf of Marketing Imalu,
Right now.
Yeah, the ice.
Karudi, such a amazing.
I'd like to thank you guys.
I take Tiwi language and English. That is not very great. Really? Please, have fun and enjoy. Are you ready? This is for family. Gathering and have fun. Your family here, 1, 2, 1, 3. Enjoy. Good luck.
Okay, I'll do it.
We're going to put the pressure on the Prime Minister now. So I just want to quickly thank Connie and LJ, the mayor of the Regional Council, the 900 pounds for the Regional Council putting into making a really important day for visitors. To both teams, good luck. You've earned the right to be here today. So good luck. We're looking forward to a good game. And we're going to put the pressure on the Prime Minister now to flip the coin. I'll get the captains over. Who's got the coin? Drum roll.
It's so funny.
Ready, please. Enjoy the footy now, just want to say thank you to all the supporters who always back up every season. Anyway, $2 for Regional Council for the AFLSG, Wurrumiyanga, Ranku Corporation, and all the other organisations here. Thank you, Finland Council, Partners. All of you for coming out and making sure that we all have a good day for our grand final and supporting our fourth season. Thank you. Thanks very much. It's a great honour to be here.
I just think I'm going to sit.
What do you mean? Nicely.
That won't work for her.
I mean, troll word, have mother.
Going well.
Yeah. Is that like this?
Nobody there. The door open? Front door and back door?
Yeah, that's what it is. Go up and see the links across.
It's its own like they can actually go post and be like independent practitioners.
Yeah.
Go, Kurt!
Oi, Emily! I got a video.
Hey, look.
Get a photo of us. I just showed it.
Oh, you understand it? Maybe we're just talking about
Wait, take it on my phone.
rest in peace, Jess. Rest in peace.
Oh, done.
Welcome to AFLNT's coverage of the 2026 Tiwi Islands Football League Grand Final weekend from the spectacular Tiwi Islands. We're here in Wurrumiyanga for what shapes to be some of the most exciting footy you will ever see. My name is Dominic McCormack. I'm joined by my commentary partner Will Zwar this afternoon. And here we are watching the Imalu Tigers take on the Ranku Eagles. Imalu Tigers are again out to defend their crown, aiming for back-to-back premierships. They've had a near flawless season, recording 13 wins with just one loss falling against the Wurrumiyanga Bulldogs back in round 2 in April. Ranku will be hoping to complete a Cinderella-like story to secure the cup from 4th spot on the ladder, finishing with a 7-win and 6-loss record. Ranku have been involved in some thrilling games in the finals with back-to-back 5-point wins against Wurrumiyanga and Tapalinga. Imalu this season has had Ranku's number with wins of 51 points and 34 points. Will, shapes up to be a great afternoon of Tiwi footy.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic afternoon, Dom. Looks like you got the Tigers kicking to the left of screen and the Eagles kicking to the right of screen. As you said, it's two different contexts for both these sides. Imalu looking to go back to back. Ranku, meanwhile, they're coming from a bit further beyond, and it's going to be a great day no matter what happens. And keen to get some footy under our belt. Ball up in the middle, tapped down instantly there by Imalu as they get the first clearance of the day. James Wallapini in the ruck, bringing that first hit out. Bit of space on that half-forward flank to Peter Purantatameri. Now comes down out Darius Burke-Costa. He's whipped up in a tackle. Eagles going to rebound pretty quickly off half-back. They kick it into space now, trying to get onto it was Timothy Woman-Takini. Keeps going on his left inside the forward 50, kicks it to grass and it spills out over the boundary line. Handy bit of ground covered there, Dom, from the Eagles early.
Yeah, speed on the ball immediately and an opportunity inside forward 50. Handy breeze too. It'll be really interesting to see how the players from both teams handle that this afternoon.
It really looks like it's picked up since the last game. If you look at the trees in the background there, it's very strong. Now kicked out at the defensive 50 there by the Tigers, marked by Damien Dunn. He kicks it long, finds a target there, Dennis Galala. He's fighting for the ball at ground level there on Matthias Cantilla. Looks like he's opted for the predominantly gold jersey today for the Eagles. Earns himself a free kick. Might be the lucky charm. We'll play on straight away. Quick bounce. Oh, he's got some pressure coming from behind. Told to play on, and it's Edward Purun-Tatameri who tried to get the ball forward, just toe-poked it, and the Eagles, they still make something of it. Goes through the hands there of John McLennan. Hit heavily on his way through. Eagles in the forward line. Ball spills out. Tigers there to defend, but a whistle's been blown, and it's going to come back. Free kick going the way of the Tigers on half-back. I think this might be Captain Braden Rioli. It is. Cross goal. Dangerous spot.
Very fortunate there.
Want to make sure you're hitting those targets on grand final day. That one wasn't quite so clean to Robbie Jalamana, but it's paid off and the mark is now taken down the line. Cunningham, what can he do? Finds a target in the middle of the ground. And the women like moving through that centre corridor as well, Dom. I wonder if we'll see that in the men's game as well. Comes off hands, pushing the back though, free kick going the way of the Tigers.
There's a good ball movement again, and interesting to see them bring it out wide initially. First opportunity, they had to go into the corridor, straight in, up the middle, one-on-one target, free kick given. So Imalu Tigers here with the first real opportunity to have a crack at goal this afternoon.
I think he's a long way out. He's taking a very, very long... He's on the airstrip, I think.
He has gone a long way back. And that breeze, I think he might be kicking into it as well, so double the challenge.
Keep it low. Player on the mark inside the forward 50. Lines up, loads up, kicks it long, and it's gone through. What a kick to start off the grand final. Tigers up by 6 points.
That was a superb kick, wasn't it? He took his time, lines it up. I don't think his players in the goal square were actually sure that was going to go through or not, so the wind is having an impact, that's for sure. And it's ended up going straight through the middle. Imalu Tigers on the scoreboard. And of course, premiers last season, the Imalu Tigers, they defeated Mulawudi 94-78. They have the first score on the board here this afternoon. Perfect start for them in their back-to-back quest.
And that one, a Melville Island clash. This one, you got obviously the Tigers from Melville, Ranku from Bathurst Island. So the Fairies would have been very busy today. Taken straight out of the ruck now from Edward Purun-Tatameri. Kicks the ball down the line. Bit of a grubber. Mark couldn't be taken. Eagles off half-back. Kick it long. Good mark there, right under it, looking up into the sun. Bradley Mungatopi, now he pushes it out wide, pretty keen to get it moving. Peter Purun-Tatameri goes in board. Ooh, a bit too much on it. Mark not taken, and it's crumbed by Robert Tipping-Woody. Perfect front and centre position. Now he goes out to Cantilla. He'll play on and keep going. Inside the forward 50 he goes. Beautiful mark, uncontested, to Cook at full forward. And they have a chance to return serve, the Eagles.
Good play, wasn't it? And as soon as there was that turnover, corridor opened up, good delivery of the footy, forwards in space, and Patrick Cook takes it. Let's see what he can do with the footy here.
Comes in and kicks it. And the flags go up for the Eagles. So too for the goal umpires. Their first goal of the afternoon as well means we've got a square ledger here, 5 minutes into the first quarter.
Well, Tiwi Islands men's grand final well and truly underway here at Wurrumiyanga. Good crowd into it, certainly built up since the women's grand final earlier today. And both teams showing what they've got. Love the fact that Ranku have got a player out there with a different Guernsey to the rest of the team. Classic Tiwi Islands footy. Ball
up in the middle. Good battle there I think it might have been taken, that one, by the Eagles ruck. Now they work forward. Mark taken. He thought he jumped
into the
fence.
crowd.
Now Roy Cantilla. Just assessing his options, doesn't look confident. Or maybe he's symboled he's going to go long. No, just poke it over the top, looking for a lead. Handballs inboard to Cook. Under pressure straight away, so he handballed it to a runner. Tigers have plenty of numbers there to mop up. Handballs it out wide now. Whistle blown. Free kick will go the way of the Tigers on their back line.
I'm not sure what that was for, but pretty fortunate for them. They were really under pressure there.
Play on, calls the umpire. Takes a bounce. Rebounds out of that defensive 50. And, oh, play on.
Yeah, the lasso, I think, took effect.
Kick goes inside 50, long. Tigers player in front there in James Wallapini. He held a position and took a really solid mark. Now goes out wide to Burke Miller. Now he goes, gee, Tigers are very keen to keep moving quickly. They come out down this near wing. Mark taken by Dale Cunningham. Umpire calls play on, chips it short. Centre half forward position. Plenty of Eagles there though, and there to mop it up. Gene Puruntatameri. Free kick will be paid, going the way of the Eagles. You're pretty rapid with that. Wouldn't want to give away a free kick when you're outnumbering them 5-1. Pushing it out wide to that wing. Quick chip out over. Mark taken by Wurrumiyanga. Bounced a little bit like that today, Dom. Just that straight up and down rather than end over end. Handball backwards, tipping Woody, and its bodies bounces out over the boundary.
Yeah, part of that might be the effect of a pretty firm dry season ground at Wurrumiyanga. Oval's a bit drier perhaps than what the teams would have liked. Not a lot of grass cover, so that ball when it bounces, it can be very unpredictable at the best of times.
Tigers running through the middle of the ground, get a handball over the top, looking for Darius Burt-Costa. Now comes in. Gee, look at them running through. Going to full forward. Bit too much on it. Spills out over the boundary line. I think that was Tristan Lippo with a big bomb inside the forward 50.
Yeah, good play. They look dangerous when they're on the move.
Eagles now on that far side. And free kick. No, Mark taken on the back flank. Looking down the line. Mark is taken by Matthias Cantilla. And they're finding it a little bit too easy here. Port Jamie through the middle. He got it off to a runner. Tigers really probably need to lift their defensive game. Offensively, they're strong, but Eagles getting through really quickly. Little check side on the left, well wide. Still in play, though. Handball back through traffic. Couple of Dogs have made an early toe onto the field. Not yet having a huge impact yet. Meanwhile, the ball's still up for dispute in the goal square. Has it gone through? Just a point. Tigers will look to.
In fact, it might. Is it?
Could be out on the full even. Yeah, out on the full.
That's
so
the signal.
Being taken now to that far right post. They'll play on straight away, the Tigers. Going for a little run and a dance in that back line and a handball. Oh, I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but that wasn't the plan. Tigers luckily have the numbers to try and make something of it. With cross goal. They've bedazzled the opposition, they've bedazzled themselves. Now comes out into the hands of Edward Puruntatameri. Having a strong start in the ruck and also around the ground. Now Dale Cunningham, he's got 2 to beat here. Can't really do so. Wrapped up in the tackle there, and we'll have a ball up. Eagles trying to call it, holding the ball. I think they've got it actually, and taking off pretty quickly. Kurt tipping Woody, he now goes inside the forward 50. Ball is wide and couldn't find a target. Eagles again, they still have the numbers. Looking for a target up forward, spills out over the back, and over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it's fast, furious footy, isn't it? Both teams going each way, and they're going fast. In some ways, this team that steadies the first here might get themselves an advantage.
Taken straight out by Wallapini. He now goes long. looking for a 2-on-1. Gee, they love the over-the-head handball. I'm not sure if it's working too much so far, Dom.
There's not too many targets being found with the over-the-head, no-look handball.
Kick as he was getting tackled, a slip on a banana peel, but he got up, and now Mathias Cantilla picks it up back through traffic. A high one into the centre corridor. Oh, good body work there.
That's an outstanding contested grab, isn't it? Ball just kicked in hope. And an outstanding one-on-one contest mark there on the chest, so he did superbly well.
Robert Tibbin-Woody coming in here. Kicks it towards goal. Eagles are happy with it. Flags go up again. Umpire's just working out. All clear for a goal. And the Eagles reclaim. I think this is the first time they've taken the lead today by 5 points. They're up 2 straight. Imalu, 1 goal, 1-7.
So Robert Tippin-Woody did the hard work, used his body really well, took the chest mark and then went back, took his time and put that one straight through the middle. Still difficult conditions here. The wind has steadied a little bit and then it'll become really blustery. So he did very well to negotiate that and put that through. They haven't had too many good opportunities. 2 straight 12, 1-1-7, 2 scoring shots apiece. Very even game, and the scoreboard indicates just that.
12 minutes into the quarter. It's taken both sides a little bit of time just to get settled. No one really asserting themselves on the contest. A lot of it being played between the arcs. There's the ball's in the forward line now for the Eagles, but rebounding, it's the Tigers and their captain Braden Rioli running well wide. On his left, he pushes it down the line, finds a target. How silky was that? Now going back into traffic, Edward Puruntatameri was hoping for Damien Dunn. It was cut off and the Eagles just working hard. Now they push it down the line. Oh, good mark, no. He was pressured and he's earned himself a free kick in any case. Not sure what else Marcus Portamini was meant to do, but what an attempt at the mark that was there. Oh, not a good kick though. Give a man a rap and he'll let you down every time. As the Eagles shut it out of that contest there and then hit hard. Darius Burt-Costa, as he earned himself a free kick, I think he has. He'll look to switch. Couldn't hit his target. Probably needed to, puts him under pressure. Toe poke forward. Eagles. Oh, gee, losing his footing there at the wrong time was Clayton.
Free kick for a hole too, so Ranku really making the running of play there. And they need to punish Imalu here for their turnovers.
Over the top he goes, looking for a target inside the forward 50. I think it's going to be brought back there. So we'll have another shot in again. He doesn't want to. I think he's kicked into the man on the mark there. Maybe they should have let the advantage go through. Tigers rebounding though. Oh, is that a cheeky one-hander? I think it is. Very nice there by Cunningham. He's having a good day so far. Down the line he's looking. Oh, beautiful mark taken. And that's Lippo there inside the forward 50.
Vice captain for the Imalu Tigers. What can he do with this footy now? Gee, 2 excellent grabs, Will, to get the ball to that position. They haven't really been as clean as they'd like, I wouldn't have thought. Their captain, Braden Rioli, coming out of defence has been good, but then through the midfield they've sort of been let down a little bit. But nice passage of play there, 2 great grabs. What can the vice captain do here?
In he comes. Bit of a stutter in his lineup. Let's see if it proves lucky for him. Or goal umpire not moving.
Point on the board.
Just the one.
Just a 1 point scored. Tickets to the 2026 NAB AFLW Dreamtime in Darwin match will be on sale shortly, so please stay tuned to AFLNT socials to find out when to get your tickets.
As you can see, a pretty even game so far, but Dom, it feels like the Eagles are just putting themselves in better positions up forward. Tigers 3 scores. It feels like both of those behinds came from relatively ambitious positions.
Perhaps more structured play from the Eagles at this point in time. Well, it's difficult to say that when you're calling it a Tiwi Islands footy game.
Ball in the middle of the field now. Paddled forward again. Here come the Eagles. They've been really good at this surging forward. And how about that, as we said, World Games still on over in the US. That wasn't a bad volley. Handball over the top. Now out wide, Tigers regain possession. Rioli, a short kick out wide. Has it stayed in the field of play? I think it has just. It's going to be a free kick to the Eagles. No, it's going to be a boundary throw in.
No, he's called it a throw. He's called a throw, and so a free kick to the Ranku Eagles.
Very tight on the boundary line. It's almost in among the coach's box there.
But the umpire is coming in to clear a little bit of space by the look of it.
Didn't have a lot of room to run up, and that was reflected in the kick. A great one. And held right just behind. The first blemish for the Eagles. They go up by 5 points now. Almost 17 minutes into this first quarter. Tigers looking to come long down the line. Bodies fly. Cantilla handballs it over the top. Finds a Tiger. Another loopy high one. You need to be careful with those. Don't want to set your teammate up for a tackle. Now handball goes through. Tigers have surged nicely here. Need to be slick. That was good. Much better as Wurrumiyanga copped some pressure. I think he might have earned himself a free kick though for a trip or a push in the back.
Might be a last opportunity here in this quarter to score, so need to make the most of it.
Looking for centre half forward. Thought he kicked it to the completely wrong position. That is a great effort from Peter Wurrumiyanga. He'll look to move quickly, senses the time, over the top, now streaming through. Cunningham kicks the goal and puts the Tigers back in front. That was an absolute ripper. In fact, it might have been Caleb Brogan. We'll get the exact score for you in a moment, but for the Tigers, looking like they could be heading into quarter time on the positive.
Sort of came out of nothing, didn't it? 1 minute there's a free, he's delivered it, was looking like he delivered it to the opposition, and then Peter Wurrumiyanga came into a good grab, played on nicely, kicked the ball really well, and Caleb Brogan, I think you call there, Will, taking the mark and just playing on really quickly, taking the opportunity to drive the ball forward and straight through the middle for a goal. Suddenly they take the lead by a point, 2-2-14 to 2-1-13 as we tick very close here to quarter time at Wurrumiyanga.
Umpire's just waiting for the players to get into their positions. Obviously we need to adhere to the 666. The Eagles maybe just caught out, so they've got a warning here. Ball goes up in the middle now. Great pressure there from the Eagles. Tigers looking to try and maximise the rest of the clock here. Umpire calls play on. Eagles looking to rebound quickly. A little paddle out. Oh, great run down tackle there. How good was that from Burke Miller? Tigers want to move. They want some more celebrating in this first quarter. Now it goes down. Dale Cunningham almost held without it. Eagles get away with it there for the moment. Gene Wurrumiyanga try to work it forward now in the hands of Cantilla. He kicks it long down the line, looking for a mark. It comes from a Tiger. Caleb Brogan now. He'll look to switch quickly. Only a couple of moments left in this quarter. John Babui, he pushes it wide. Wurrumiyanga, they're just chipping it a little bit more. Launch it long. Put yourself into a dangerous position. Caleb Brogan, that's what he does now. Finally, mark not taken. On the ground there, trying to win possession was Patrick Cantilla, but the siren beats them, and so tight as you can be Just 1 point separated Tigers and the Eagles at quarter time, Dom.
Wow, what a first quarter. It actually looked in that last 5 minutes that though both teams had finally settled in to playing some really good footy. Great pressure coming from both teams, some really good skills on show. And the score, well, it's what we like in a grand final, nice and tight. Imalu Tigers with that last goal there from Dale Cunningham go to 2-2-14, leading Ranku by the 1 point, 2-1-13. So the goal kickers to quarter time, Ranku Eagles, Robert Tipungwuti and Patrick Cook. For the Imalu Tigers, their last goal there kicked by Dale Cunningham. Quarter time here at Wurrumiyanga. Imalu up by a point. We'll be back up.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it
Welcome back to AFL&T's coverage of the 2026 Tiwi Islands Football League Grand Final weekend from the spectacular Tiwi Islands and Wurrumiyanga in particular. Second quarter about to get underway here. Imalu hit the front in the late stages of that first quarter with a terrific goal from Dale Cunningham. They lead by 1 point, 2-2-14 to 2-1-13. To get you underway, Wilswa.
Tight start here. The Tiwi Islands Grand Final. Good hit out. Oh, had 2 bites of the cherry there. Did James Wallapini and got it forward. But I think the Eagles are trying to kick it out wide now. Oh, hitting that pack hard there. Bradley Mungatopi. Starting this second quarter with some vigour. No one can take clean possession. Oh, a bit of a flying side kick if you don't mind as well. Wallapini.
Don't tell me the World Cup hasn't had an impact. Oh, look at that.
Umpire says it was a throw, so we're working forward for the Tigers now. Burke Miller pushes it inside the forward 50. Tigers didn't fly. Eagles couldn't take the mark, though. Now they go down the line. Good take. We'll try and build momentum here. 50-metre penalty as well.
Inside the protected zone, I dare say.
So that takes him a long way up the ground. Not quite in scoring position yet, but he's found someone pretty tight and wide. Oh! Not sure if that's who he was trying to get it to, but the mark has been taken by Timothy Wamatakini.
It was a nice kick, wasn't it? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That was his target.
Well, there was sort of 2 he's going for. I think it was between, I'll just go with Timothy there, and I think also Hector Tipping-Woody, who's now found himself back in the goal square.
The fact that he had 2 options is a good sign for the Ranku Eagles early here.
So the opening minutes of this second quarter, it's kicked wide, it gets wider, it stays alive though, and now Paul Babui will kick it out of that defensive 50. Not sure if he really had a target in mind. Lippo will have to try and find it, he does. Gee, almost spilled over there as he made a pretty big turning circle. Bit too quick for the kick to have any effect, and it's turned over. The Eagles try and sell some candy. Oh, how's the umpire going to call that? Pinged him for holding the ball, was just there. Copped the contact and dropped the ball, so by the book it's there, but it didn't feel like a very strong tackle. Maybe the speed had an impact as the Tigers move to high half forward now. Kristen Lippo, he pushes it long down the line, inside the forward 50. Mark taken deep in the forward pocket there. Dale Cunningham, I think it is. Very wide. He kicked a goal earlier in that first quarter. Not sure how he'll go with this one. Is he going to open up the angle? No, he'll go with the check side. How's it gone?
Minor score on the board. Another point for the Tigers. They advance by that point.
It's going to be brought back. So Eagles kicking out. They'll play on straight away. Long down the line they go. Mark not taken. Spills out. Eagles almost pushing it wider and wider. He's got 2 to beat, but Cook has done very well here to hold the ball up and stop a Tigers rebound. Cantilla also trying to work it. I think they're trying to take advantage. It'll come through Kurt Tipping-Woody inside the forward 50. He goes. Comes off hand, spills out over the boundary line. Good transition though from the Eagles there. Only a few possessions on their way from full back to the forward pocket.
Yeah, John McLennan with the big punch away there over the boundary line.
Ball comes in. Handball. And then kick down the line for the Tigers. Mark taken by Purun Tatameri. Now across it goes. Finds Bert Costa. Tigers surging forward again. Can they find a marquee? No. They could, but it wasn't from the player they wanted it to be. Eagles press wide.
It was good play, wasn't it, initially? Just could not find the forward target.
Launches up, looking for Cantilla. Turning around, going back through traffic and flicking it out. Here comes Oxterby. Oh, just a point. That was a good launch on goal. Long side of the post.
Suddenly looking really dangerous, the Imalu Tigers. Looked like they were under siege there, particularly in the first quarter from the Ranku Eagles, and now they've really found their mojo. Just can't find the major opening.
2 goals for they've kicked. Scoring had an impact on the women's grand final as well, or accuracy I should say. Tigers want to make sure they don't waste too many opportunities. Good pressure there from Matthias Burke-Miller. And he's earned himself a free kick. Relatively tight angle, but gettable for sure.
The runner comes straight out. A few choice words there to Matthias Burke-Miller. Let's see, is their opportunity? They've done so much of the attacking here, Will. They need to put a major on the board.
A lot of support behind the goals for Matthias Burke-Miller. Can he pop it through? It starts right. It's coming back though, and he puts it through. Tigers extend their lead out to 9 points. 3-4-22, leading the Ranku Eagles 2-1-13.
Well, first goal of the second quarter, and they kicked the last goal of the first quarter, so well done to the Imalu Tigers. Just starting to get a little bit of a hold on this match here. Although, of course, there's a long way to go. 3-4-22 plays 2-1-13. Just Ranku were able to get it up into their forward 50, unable to take the opportunity, swing back the other way really quickly, and Imalu now starting to get a real mountain of possession. Interesting to see the way they've controlled the ball. A lot more marks being taken by the Imalu Tigers as opposed to Ranku.
Yeah, it's a funny game of momentum and swings and roundabouts, Dom. It feels like the Eagles are much quicker as they are here out of middle. Valentine Jimmy Jr. straight onto the chest there of Matthias Cantilla. They feel a lot more dangerous when they get the ball, and perhaps that is the pace behind them, but Tigers on the other end just a bit more composed in their movement.
Yeah, they look more measured, don't they, when they've got the footy? They look like they're playing with a bit more system. The Ranku Eagles, very quick, nice delivery there. Again, an opportunity here to answer with a goal immediately.
Goes towards goal. The Eagles like it. The Eagles love it. Look at the fans coming onto the field. Reduce the margin back to 3 points. And that was a fantastic effort there. I think we had that as Matthias Cantilla.
Matthias?
So that margin now back to single digit figures.
Take your pick. 3-4-22, 3-1-19. So yes, back to 3 points. The answer in goal, exactly what the Ranku coaching staff would have been looking for. Ron Pontamalui. Be very pleased that they're back on the board.
Paddled forward now by the Tigers. It's been a pretty good game in terms of returning goals and returning serve as well. Rarely has a team held a significant margin. Mind you, I think the biggest it's been today has been 9 points, but for more than a couple of minutes. It's usually been goal for goal so far. And that kick forward from the Tigers rolls out of bounds. Into the forward pocket. They'll be hoping they can convert something from this. 3 point margin in favour of the Tigers. Tapped down there by Sammy Warrior. Paddled forward. A lot of players open wearing yellow and black in that centre corridor, and a mark has been taken by Bradley Mungatopi. Looks to move it quickly. No, a lot of options for him again though. I think he signals he's going to go for a goal.
Yeah, sensible decision, I think. That wind's picked up again, and he has an opportunity here again to put another goal on the board for Imalu, just to keep that momentum going.
Ooh, passes off needed to be precise, and he was. Finds Edward Purun-Tadameri close to goal. Similar angle, you'd say.
Again, there it is, the sort of calmer, more measured play from the Imalu Tigers.
And he strikes at goal. Oh, the fans love that one as well. And so that margin extends back out to 9 points.
So the game
of Edward Purun-Tadameri.
Sorry, well, the game really starting to open up here, and particularly for Imalu. Ranku, they look good when they're on the burst, but it just doesn't look as controlled as when the Imalu Tigers have got the footy. So if it comes off, it's good, but That's not happening as often as it is with that more measured, more controlled play from the Tigers. They look like they got good marking targets up forward. They're winning the ball from the middle and really taking the opportunity to lower their eyes and hit the running targets.
As long as they can keep winning this centre clearance, feels like the Tigers are more likely to hold some momentum and hold some possession of this game. He was a bit more chaotic at the moment. That margin back out to 9 points now. 4-4-28 leading the Eagles, 3-1-19. Mark in the back line to the Eagles. They seemingly are going the possession game here. Bit slower this passage, but again on that outside. Less room to work with. Down the line, that's nearly a good mark there to Tima Patua. It spills out over the boundary line.
Nice defensive play. Right out there on the outer back flank, Braden Rioli.
Kick forward, turning on a dime there. Spills out of the boundary line. Good ground game from the Eagles. Straight out of the ruck, taking it there was Wallapini. Probably been the best ruck of the day so far. Wearing Tigers colours. Big long kick. Get it down the line.
Must have been touched. I thought the lasso rule might have been in effect there. Now, stars everywhere in this game. Imalu, one in particular, Tristan Lippo, claimed the 2026 men's best and fairest with 12 votes.
Tackled. Now going through. Handballed. Babui tries to get it through. Wilson handballs it. Think a whistle's been blown, has it? No. A few players stopped, a few kept going. Eagles towards goal. Behind. So slowly bridging that gap. 8 points the difference.
Yeah, a little bit confusing there in the middle. I think some of the players stopped when the free kick was given, but Ranku just kept moving the ball forward on the advantage.
Tigers now slow to restart. Loopy handball over the top. We had a few of those to start this game off with. This is both sides wrestled for momentum. Paddled forward. Now, Valentin Porcini Jr., how good was that? Looking inboard though, couldn't find his teammate. Eagles still work it out though. Can they return serve? Shot on goal. Oh, touched on the last line by the skipper. Good effort there. Anything to help his team's cause.
Yeah, that was a superb effort, wasn't it? That's twice now he's rescued them right there on that last line of defence. Going to take the kick-in duties to the captain, Braden Rioli. He's walking the ball back into play here.
Kicks it long out that far side now, looking for a target. Jeet's gone long. I don't know if it's touched anyone on the way through, so it could well be a free kick.
Well, signal's been given just to toss it back in.
So we're more than halfway through this second quarter here. Stagnated a little bit. The way it started, you thought we could be up for a high-scoring quarter, but we've only really had the 3 goals, 2 to the Tigers, 1 to the Eagles. Free kick going the way of the Eagles. Pushing it out wide there, tipping Woody. And now they're moving it again. Although not with the accuracy that they would hope. Now over the top to Babui. Down the line, now he finds Dennis Galala. A couple of Eagles fighting for the mark there, working together. Tipping Woody took the mark and he pushes it down the line. Now, again, he's gotten a little 1-2. Having a bit of impact here, Kurt Tipping Woody.
He's been one of the few players there for the Eagles that have been willing to really run on through the middle and look for that second touch.
And here he goes again. Third.
Make it a third.
Third disposal in as many moments. Oh, a bit of a coat hanger there. Unintentional, but certainly caught high. I think that was going to be a free kick going the way of the Eagles. Or it's no, free kick going the way of the Tigers, so must have been another free kick paid off the ball there. Mark taking the middle of the ground to Imalu, pushing it out wide. Now they find Damien Dunn. He pushes back off the mark, told to keep going. Winds up, goes forward. Handball out wide. Mark taken. Eagles are looking to rebound here through Purin Tatameri. Oh, good hands there from Daniel Portamini. And just goes long. Doesn't feel like there's a lot being offered down the line, and the wind has caught that one and pushed it well wide out on the full on the wing.
Yeah, it's not what he was looking for. Players on the move too.
So he finds Darius Burke-Costa down the line for the Tigers. Good bullet-like pass here. Across the face of the 50 he goes, and that's a good kick inside the forward 50 as well. Mark
Will
taken.
that be 50? Yes, it will.
Oxtoby will be taken to the line. He nearly kicked a pearler earlier today. It just went through the wrong side of the post. Shouldn't make a mistake here, and that one goes through, possibly on the roof, as the Tigers extend their lead out now to 13 points, and that's the biggest margin we've had for the day.
Again, just some really measured play there from the Tigers. Ranku perhaps a little bit confused with some of the decisions and the free kicks that were being given, but Imalu just got on with the play and ended up in the safe hands of Oxtoby, who then got some treatment in the back. It was pretty decent, warranted the 50-metre 13 points, which is the biggest margin that we've had today. 5-4-34 to 3-3-21. Bradley Rioli, the coach of the team, will be pretty happy with how they're tracking as we head down towards time on here. And just letting you know that tickets to the 2026 NAB AFLW Dream Time in Darwin match will be on sale soon. So stay tuned to your AFLNT socials to find out when to get your tickets. Doesn't feel like a massive spring of momentum in their boots, Dom, but 4 of the last 5 goals the Tigers have kicked to establish that 13-point lead. Nearly had mark of the day there, just came out of his hands as he has come back into the atmosphere. Oxtoby out the back, paddles it forward, hoping, I think that's Rioli there. Handball back from the Eagles, very wide. There'll be a free kick going the way of the Eagles on half back. Just trying to work out who's taking possession. So still time for either side to score. Possibly score more than once as well. More than 2 minutes left in this quarter. Daniel Portamini goes long down the line. His last one was well out of bounds on the full. That one a bit better. Gains ground, taking possession. The Eagles are working it forward. They've got number on side here. Good tackle.
Pressure from the Tigers though means they couldn't make anything of it, and that spills out over the boundary line. That's going to be a free kick for the Tigers as well. So John McLennan in the back pocket.
Not the first time he's put the clamp on his opponent in this quarter, so he's really playing his role very well down there.
Down the line. Oh, good mark. Tigers. Oh, brilliant rundown tackle there. Didn't expect it coming at all. I think Tigers thought that they were just going to cruise into half-time, but the Eagles thought, nah, we want to get in on the action too. Handball goes off from Tipping Woody. And then Portamini goes forward. Finds a player just outside scoring range. He finds a target in the pocket, and it's going to be Barney Tipuamantamiri. Very wide, very tight. Looks like he's going to pass it off. Looks for the lead, and it's Cook with a great lead. Marked it at full flight.
Patrick Cook, of course. I should say, Patrick Cook kicked a goal already in the first quarter.
Looks to move pretty quickly. Goes to the top of the square, and it's just through for a point, the wrong side of the post. They would have loved that one going into half-time just to break up some of the momentum, but the Tigers, oh gee, they've come back in with a bit of mongrel-like play. You'd think if you're wearing yellow and black, you just want to make sure you get to half-time and hold as much this 12-point lead as you can. Maybe they'll do it the hard way. They get to half-forward, turned over though. Eagles looking for one last opportunity in this half kicking it out to the forward flank. There's a player all by himself there in Roy Cantilla. Long way from home, so he has to pass it off. Goes in. Mark couldn't be taken there by Tipua Montemiri, and you think that might be all there is in the first half here at Stanley Tipalura Oval.
That was my man again, John McLennan, just getting the fist in, being congratulated there by his captain in Braden Rioli.
Ball's going to come in. I think that will be all we have time for. Taken out. Big, strong tackle. Tigers are calling for holding the ball, and they get it. So Braden Rioli on half-time.
Gee, the captain, he had a few key moments, didn't he, in that second quarter? Really did, and most of them in the back line. So well done to him. John McLennan, I thought, was really good down there too. So at half-time, good contest. And it is the Imalu Tigers that lead by 2 straight goals. 5-4-34 to 3-4-22. It is half-time. We will be back at Wurrumiyanga after the half-time break.
Bring it up, up.
Welcome back to AFL&T's coverage of the 2026 Tiwi Islands Football League Grand Final weekend from the spectacular Tiwi Islands. We are on Wurrumiyanga. It is half-time of the men's Grand Final. Imalu ready to go. They are out on the field waiting for their opponents in the Ranku Eagles. And the score is, of course, an even 2-goal break to the Imalu Tigers. 5-4-34 to 3-4-22. The goal kickers for the Imalu Tigers, Nathias Burke-Miller, Dale Cunningham, Bruce Oxtoby, Edward Puruntatameri. And for the Ranku Eagles, Matthias Cantilla, Robert Tipungwuti and Patrick Cook. Been a good game, Will. Fast, frenetic, some poor ball handling at times, but been very windy. Very hard ground to dry out there. Of course, this is a dry season grand final now, but a lot of effort from both teams, a lot of endeavour.
Yeah, absolutely. And despite that 2-goal lead to the Tigers, it doesn't seem like either side has really had, I guess, their style of game dominating. The Tigers have been much more sort of composed, stop-start, making sure they're hitting their targets. The Eagles, a bit more of that chaotic ball use, which has felt more dangerous going forward. But Tigers probably making the most of their opportunities now. They'll kick to the left of screen in this third quarter. The premiership quarter. Is this where it's going to be decided? Umpire calls for an early free kick, holding the ball going the way of Valentine Porgimi Jr. Hasn't touched it a hell of a lot, but has had a few moments of brilliance, Dom. Now inside the forward 50, trying to scoop through there. Robert Tipungwuti has kicked 1 goal so far today. Now comes out as far as his teammate there, just paddling it back through. Oh, coming heavily over the top, and I think that's a free kick going against Dominic Tipalura.
So an early opportunity here. They won themselves a good holding the ball free kick in the middle of the ground, the Ranku Eagles. What can they do now?
Patrick Cook kicked one of the first goals of the game. He passes it off to a teammate very wide in the pocket. And this will be Timothy Wamatakini.
Couldn't ask for a more difficult position with the entire coaching staff and interchange for Imalu behind you.
Pushing it towards goal. Has that gone through? It has, but just for a point.
The most casual point signal you'll ever see given here on the Tiwi Islands. Well, at least they've started the scoring here, the Ranku Eagles. They've got a little bit of catching up to do, but that was good positive play from them.
Pushes it a long way from home. Just trying to get it out of that danger zone. As we said, a bit chaotic in their forward line, Ranku. And try and keep it out of there. Oh, that's a good mark on the lead there from Tristan Lippo. As we mentioned, one of the stellar players of the competition this year. Inside 50, he goes, can't find a target on the full. Going back, and a few players have fallen over like bowling pins there. Eagles get it out of that offensive 50. Kick to grass, now trying to get to it is the Eagles player. Sells a little bit of candy, drops it on his way through. Bit too... Maybe he offered a little bit too much of candy there. Now ball comes and it falls short for Lippo. Mark taken on half back. Now they push it across the face into the middle of the ground. Needed to find a target there. Valentine Porgimi Jr. now goes along to the top of the 50. Handball back through traffic there from Tipalura. Tigers now, they're running out of the gate. Burke Miller pokes it forward. Here with Puruntatameri. You get it back. Get it back to advantage. Still take that as a 1-2. Now goes to the top of the square, across the face. Had 2 to beat there, did Tristan Lippo. Couldn't do so, though. He's putting pressure on. Oh, making them work for it, making them stress out in the back pocket. They just need to settle. Oh, they want to keep going, though, the Eagles. Now down the line they go. Intercepted. Breaking away now. Tigers go inside the forward 50, looking for a mark. Comes to ground. There'll be a free kick paid, though, and the Tigers have a chance to put the first one on the board in this third quarter.
Well, again, just that long entry inside 50, right up to the goal square. Pack form, push in the back was the call. And an opportunity here. Here he is, Tristan Lippo, man of the moment. 2026 men's best and fairest with 12 votes. He's already kicked, no he hasn't, he's the vice captain of the team, but he hasn't kicked a goal yet. This would be a really important start for his team and for this grand final if he can put this one through.
So coming off a free kick. He's in a pretty good position here. Waltzes in, kicks towards goal. The Tigers love it. Look at the flags go up behind the goals. And they're feeling pretty good about things at the moment. A 17-point lead. 6-4-40. The Tigers leading the Eagles 3-5-23.
The biggest margin of this game so far, 40-23. Imalu with that lead. And they deserve it too with the way that they go through and use the footy. Just a little bit more deliberate again. And Tristan Lippo, the way that he has worked. Just the last play, you remember, Will chase down 2 players, put the pressure on. He's been terrific.
17 points in the grand final, Dom. It's a much bigger margin than you'd think. Ball goes up now. What do the Eagles have to fight with here? Kick comes out of the centre. Good mark taken there in front of the pack. That's Lippo again, it is. So he just tells everyone to settle down a bit. As the Tigers have today, probably a little bit more composed with the ball. And maybe that has helped them take their opportunities.
He's back into the middle of the ground here.
Another one. Another one going for a runway style.
Even the central umpire there, I think, said to him, that's far enough, mate.
So in he comes for 2 in a minute. Is to double their opponent's score. Launches it towards goal. How do the Tigers like it? They like it a lot. 23 points they go up by. 7-4-46. The Tigers leading the Eagles 3-5-23.
Well, that is just fantastic play there by Tristan Lippo. And when you talk about leadership, we saw the captain in Braden Rioli doing some great work in defence in the second quarter. And Tristan Lippo has come out and has just set this game alight at the start of the third quarter up forward. So the leadership doing it at both ends, really showing the team what they want and what they expect. And the result, 7-4-46 plays 3-5-23. And as you say, Will, double the margin now.
Tapped down by the Eagles. How will they respond? Toe poked it forward there was Robert Tipping-Woody. He kept running. Tigers on half back though. They've got plenty of numbers there. It's not going to happen easy for the Eagles. Wajimi kicks it inside the pocket. Oh, what a spoil that was. Came from a mile away. And that goes out over the boundary line. How good was that, Dom?
Yeah, that was just fantastic. Paul Babui. And again, that's what leadership does. Braden Rioli did that on a few occasions. Saved goals in the second quarter. Paul Babui now coming out and doing exactly the same.
Tap down. Working back through traffic. Hector Tipping-Woody goes backwards now. Poor Jamie, he launches inside the forward 50 again. Defensive mark taken. The Tigers are really standing tall here in their back line. That's probably where the game's changing the most, I'd say. The Eagles barely had a look in this first 7 minutes of the quarter. And that Tigers defence has been really strong. Breaking through now. They go down the line looking for the captain in Rioli. Gee, look at him blistering away down the line. Kicks it long. In fact, I think that was Bradley Mungatopi. Now into the back pocket. Oh, tapped out there.
Bounce. Was lucky.
Kurt Duncantilla ducking and weaving through a few. Needs to get rid of it. Pushes it across goal dangerously. Eagles get it out of that last line of defence. And they keep going wide. Finding targets down the wing. Tipping-Woody now with Kurt Tipping-Woody. There's a few Tipping-Woodies out there today, as you would have heard on the commentary. Paddled forward there by Braden Rioli, and a whistle's blown. Players stopping to work out where it's going. Tigers will have an opportunity to go forward again. Wanting to move quickly, wanting to make the most of this burst of momentum they have. Cross now, they find the fast Burke Miller. Spotting up plays in the middle of the ground. Trying to suffocate the Eagles in their possession, although they turn it over. Bit of a torpedo attempt there. How will it go? Oh, fairly long down the line. Oh, they've got numbers out the back. Running in towards an open goal. They dribble it through. There's a pulse still for the Eagles. They get a goal. And the margin is now reduced to 17 points.
Not sure who that goal kicker was, but gee, they just kept the ball moving, didn't they? The Eagles, they turned it over, Imalu, in the middle of the ground. Ranku pumped it forward quickly, some good possession, and then they just kept it rolling. And the loopy handballs, the loopy handball up into the goal square. The Eagles swept onto it, popped it through, just to stay in touch. 4-5-29 to 7-4-46. Just hanging in there, 17 points, 9 minutes gone in this all-important third quarter.
Paddled forward there, Kurt tipping Woody, got a handball up. But I think James Wurrumiyanga had another cracker to hit out in the middle of play. Tigers work it forward again. Mark not taken by anyone, went through a couple of hands there, working back through traffic. Oh, Kurt Dunn taking the ground without it, thought he got a handball away, shot towards goal will be a point. Umpire, no, he's calling it back for a free kick. Hard working photographer Glenn Campbell just on the left of your screen there. Trying to get some shots, I'm sure you'll see plenty of them in the aftermath of today's game. Looks like the Eagles will have a free kick and 50.
And 50. Well, I was trying to work out what had happened there. All the players were moving off, and that is exactly why. 50-metre penalty. So the ball right back into the middle of the ground here.
He's kind of moved it well before he's even made the most of that 50, but he's passed it off to a teammate in a better position. Marcus Portamini. Oh, tries to sell a bit of candy. No, thank you, though, says Nathias Burke-Miller.
He's done.
Oh, that is not what you want to see in a grand final when you're 17 points in the negative. And it's taken there by Oxtoby. Good kick and a good mark there by Caleb Brogan inside the forward 50. We'll have an opportunity here to take that lead back. No, he passes it off. Player in a better position. A few mental lapses here from the Eagles is going to cost them. It's been brought back, though, to Oxtoby.
Son of the great John Rioli is Caleb Brogan.
Caleb Brogan, sorry, it'll be.
Rioli, a former Nightcliff player in the NTFL, and of course an Imalu player.
So this would be a telling goal. Decent angle. A good angle for the cameras. Kicks it towards goal. He's pushed it wide though. And just a point. But could be a handy point. Means it's an even 3 goals. Playing on quickly, the Eagles are going to be brought back. Yep. So more than halfway through this third quarter, and the Eagles need to start making a dent. Haven't kicked a goal this quarter, have they? Just the one, I think, actually.
Just the one, just a moment ago.
And they want to keep going. Hold the play on. That goal broke an unanswered run of 4 for the Tigers. So this game far from over just yet. But the Tigers are feeling very good about things as they stand. Free kick to the Eagles.
The man with the golden Guernsey having an impact. That's about his 4th possession in this chain. Mathias Cantilla.
Kicks it over the top, very close to the man on the mark. And another free kick, this time going to the Eagles. Kurt tipping Woody, setting his options. Maybe going to go for it.
Got to go for goal, don't you? And you see all the supporters are pointing. Kick for goal.
Well, it's, as you can see in the background, still quite windy and blustery. And it feels like it's one of those days that's not really favouring anyone in particular, rather it's hurting everyone. It's just a big whirlwind out there in Stanley Tipalua Oval. A high kick, I'm not sure if that's going to work, and it's falling short and wide. A lot of players flew for it, no one took the mark, and it spills out over the boundary line.
Gee, Braden Rioli, one of those flying very high there, gets a shove for his troubles. Boundary throw in means Ranku are still dangerous here in the forward pocket.
Throw in comes in. Kicked out of there by Wurrumiyanga. Now going to Damien Dunn. Couldn't hold his feet. Here comes Cantilla. Snap on goal. High and wide and out of bounds on the full.
He had to make better use of that, didn't he? They've got the pressure on here. They've had possession. Got the opportunity inside forward 50. Got to try and lock it in now and get another shot at goal.
cross goal. Dangerous. Maybe could have been more attack on the ball there from Barney Montgomery. Now he puts pressure on his opponent. Not a good kick. Turns over. Kurt Tipungwuti comes off hands. Back in. Pressed wider and wider, the Eagles here. Tigers go back inside, and they go long and wide. Oh, that's caught the wind as well. Just stayed in. And now John Babui, he pushes it down the line, gives it off to a runner. Tripped over his own feet there. No, tripped over the opponent, says the umpire, so a free kick.
Very fortunate there, the Imalu Tigers.
Goes into the middle of the ground. Bert Costa.
That's a nice kick, isn't it? Just opens play right up.
Good switch across ground for the Tigers inside the forward 50. They go, spills through hands. And tackle against Dunn meant his kick was impacted. Didn't really gain much. Instead went to an opposition inside the forward 50. Oxtoby's marked it in play, has he? He has, but very wide and very tight on that boundary line.
Beautiful delivery from Dale Cunningham there, the man with the number 20 on the back. He kicked a goal in the first quarter, and his ball usage has been very good across half forward, and here he is finding Oxtoby. He, of course, kicked a goal in the second. Has an opportunity here just to put some more pressure on the Eagles.
More of a centering kick. Oh, what a fly that was. Ball still in miraculously, and then eventually goes out over the boundary line.
Wow, Tristan Lippo. What sort of an effect is he having here? He's kicked two cracking goals, and then he almost took the mark of the day.
Certainly the danger man in that forward line. Ball comes up. Punch through. Toe poked out. Eagles still hoping for some momentum in this third quarter to go their way. Here comes Tipungwuti. Kicks it high across the ground. And there'll be a free kick going the way of the Tigers just for a block. No, going the way of the Eagles. No, Tigers.
I think you were right the first time.
Take your pick.
Take your pick.
Short one over the top. Eagles have been bad at this. They've had too many mental lapses in, I think, across the whole game where they've just let players... in fact, it's going to be a 50.
There's a 50.
Just let the Tigers get off the leash a bit too easily.
And here he is again, I'd say. This is Dale Cunningham.
So this to put them 4 goals up. Eagles have only kicked the 4 themselves. Tigers love it. And they're up. Dale Cunningham, he gets his second along with Tristan Lippo. He becomes a multiple goal scorer for today. And the Tigers feel like now they've got one hand on that cup. Don't want to go too early, Dom. But 24 points is a very handy lead.
Yep, almost the 18-minute mark here of the third quarter. It's a good time just to remind you the tickets to the 2026 NAB AFLW Dreamtime in Darwin match. They'll be on sale very shortly. So stay tuned to your AFLNT socials to find out when to get your tickets. You'll be able to see some great footy just like we're seeing here. And I'm a wrap for Dale Cunningham, and he hasn't let me down off the back of a 50-metre penalty there. Made sure of it, and didn't the Imalu faithful enjoy that.
Taken straight out of the ruck by Wurrumiyanga. A lot of dust kicked up as everyone scrambles for the ball. Umpire calls for a ball up. I thought she was about to call holding the ball. I thought, how can you see there through all the dust? But no, she'll ball it up again. Thumped forward there by Wurrumiyanga, and then handballed out wide. Kick forward, running onto it now is Bertram Orstow. Oh, very tight, adds some pressure, kicks towards goal. Just through for a point. Eagles fans there keen to have something to celebrate. 23 points the margin as the Tigers bring it in. Handballing it wide, looking to get that possession count up. Put some time pressure on as well. Now handball comes out wide. Tigers keep moving. Too easy. Burke Miller gives it off to the runner there. Now here comes Peter Purantatameri inside 50. He launches long towards goal. It's wide. Oh, I thought he bounced it. Right angles back in, but it had cleared that line. So back up to an even 4 goals. Eagles, maybe this is their last chance to score in this quarter. And not a good kick. Spills out over the boundary line. No, keeps it alive. Keeps it in possession, does Kurt Purantatameri.
Is that a good game?
Kurt Tipping-Woody, sorry. Pushes down the line. Handballs as he's being tackled. Eagles still keep possession. Only a few moments left. He plays on. Goes for a torpedo. Ambitious in his time and conditions. And 3 bites the cherry means the mark is taken by John Babui. Now he pushes it out wide. Mark not taken there by Edward Purantatameri. Perhaps he's done enough though just to halt the movement of the game. And umpire calls play on there. Everyone seemed to stop. Bit of cramp going on at half forward. And running back through traffic there. Timothy Warman-Takini. And there goes your 3/4 time siren. So the Tigers looking very, very handily with a 4-goal lead at 3/4 time.
Yeah, they do indeed. Well called. 8:6:54 plays at 4:6:30. The Tigers certainly pushed their advantage, that is for sure. So it is 3/4 time here at Wurrumiyanga. Tigers in the lead. And it is that even 4-point lead. 24 points. Will that be enough, or will we see a surge from the Ranku Eagles? You'll have to stick with us. We'll be back at Wurrumiyanga after this break.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, up, up.
Welcome back to Wurrumiyanga. It is three-quarter time and about to get underway here for the last quarter of the men's Tiwi Island Football League Grand Final, and it is Imalu Tigers with a commanding 24-point lead. What will we see from Ranku?
Ball goes up in the middle, and again Wallapini just hoping to thump it forward. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the purchase he wanted, and Matthias Cantilla launches it for the Eagles. They need to start fast in this fourth quarter. 4 goals they trail by. Tigers intercepted at half back, and it's going to be a free kick to the Eagles early. Gee, this would be a dream start for them. Quick to move. Umpire calls play on into the forward pocket, and that is a good mark. I think on the lead it was Patrick Cook. No, it was Roy Cantilla.
Normally a good kick of the footy, Roy Cantilla.
One locker number up from Patrick Cook.
Yes. He and Patrick Cook appear to have been really the main targets up there in their forward 50 for the Ranku Eagles. So this is exactly the start that they'd be looking for if he can put this through.
In he comes. Tight angle. Eagles fans like it off the boot. Oh, they're back in town. Look at them go. They're trying to rival the Tigers cheer squad as well. And straight away, it's down to an 18-point margin. And already that just, you think, would give them a bit of pep in their step. You can break it down, Dom, and the coaching staff say, look, if we can just reduce it by a goal every 5 minutes, we're back in it. And,
absolutely.
They've already started that within a minute of the quarter starting.
Yeah, perfect start. I thought that the Imalu Tigers had actually intercepted there and were going to take the footy away, but no. Great ball use from Ranku. Free kick given, and then Roy Cantilla doing what he does best, kicking goals.
Taken straight out of the middle there from the Eagles ruckman. No number 23 in our team sheet, but he's had a pretty good day in the ruck. Dribbling it forward. Taken now by Robbie Jalamana. And the Tigers looking to move. What's the game plan for them? Do they try and kill the clock, or do they keep trying to attack? They've got a very hard and fast Eagles side coming against them by the looks of it. I think they need a couple more goals just to really seal it. And Bertram Orsto with a mark inside at the scoring range as well is going to go back. Some choice words again from Neil Kiranoa. And some directions.
Yeah, some steadying words there. Go back and have your shot.
In comes Orsto. Can he make it 2 in 2.5 minutes? It's a good looking kick, but it's just wide. 5 goals, 7. They trail the Tigers 8 goals, 6. 17 points.
Well, the intention's clear from Ranku. Keep the ball moving and do it quickly.
John McLennan a little bit dumbfounded there, not sure where to go. Changed his mind and it's turned over. Here comes Poajimi Jr., who we said has had a few flashes of brilliance. Not happy with himself after that kick, as you could see. Tigers rebound quickly. Gee, look at them moving now. They're going very, very quickly. Inside the forward 50, launching. Kicks it over the back. Oxtoby's trying to chase it. I think a free kick has been paid the way of the Tigers, though. And it's going to be in the hands of Cesar Purintatameri. If I'm not mistaken, I think he kicked 7 goals in the grand final last year.
Yeah, best on ground in the grand final. 7 goals, hardly cited today. So an opportunity here for him, and an important one.
In comes Cecil Purintatameri, and they love it? No, not as much as it went through the big sticks.
Gee, the flags were waving, weren't they? The Imalu Tigers were supporting that. Drifted off at the last moment there.
Late fade.
So the even 3 goals, 55 plays 37.
Pushing it out wide. Mark taken by the Eagles. They're sort of slowing up now, maybe a little bit ahead of themselves with that early couple of plays. Mark taken in the back pocket. It's going to be brought back though. And I think it's going to be a Tigers kick on half back.
Oh, it's an Eagles kick.
Eagles kick on half back, sorry. Again, And they've really sort of changed the pace of their play here, the Eagles. Not sure where to go. Timothy Wamatakini goes across the ground now, chipping over the top. Chase on there, goes into the forward line. Oh, is he taking it? He's claiming it. And it's been paid a mark.
Gee, that is a good grab. That's a very good grab. John Timapatua, I think it is. And he's taken a superb contested mark. 5-minute mark of the last quarter. They trail by 3. Can he narrow that margin?
And he comes. Oh, it's a good-looking kick. That's through, and they're back within 2 goals. The Tigers get their 6th of the day. And John Timapatua is very happy with himself. Looks like they've got a 3rd prong to their forward line, and he's going to jump back to full forward now.
Well, that's just superb from Ranku. And Will, you called it. They actually look as though they're playing with just a little bit more control, a little bit more deliberate in their possessions, and they kick mark all the way up to that great contested mark from John Timapatua there. Previously, we've seen them just running like lunatics almost in the middle of the ground, just trying to see whether they can make it happen. That there was very organised, very definite. Goal on the board. Plenty of time left to go.
They've got 2 of the 4 down in 6 minutes. A couple of points each way as well.
Yep, that's game on here. And do we have a 666 infringement? We do.
Going the way of the Tigers. That won't help the Eagles' cause. Tigers really yet to get rolling in this final term. Oh, a few flies though. And it'll be a free. Again going the way of the Tigers. This could be telling. They had an opportunity through Cecil Purintatameri a moment ago. Have another opportunity here now.
Is it our man again, Tristan Lippo?
I think it might be kick 2 in that 3rd quarter there to break the game open. It's been brought back into contention, and he's coming to have his say again. Lines up. Oh, he's got his kicking boots on today. The Tigers love it, and he gets his 3rd of the afternoon.
Well, again, leading from the front, Tristan Lippo, making the most of all of the opportunities that are presented to him. That is for sure the vice-captain of the team. 2 in the 3rd quarter. Now he's kicked a really important goal, just to steady the ship for a moment, because the Eagles have kicked 2. Now Imalu grab 1 back again. They lead by 3. 18 points. 7 minutes down, still plenty of time for either side here to win this game. Whoever wins the best on ground today, they win the Brother Pie Medal. Interesting to see who that will be.
Might have some discussions about that later in the quarter. I'm not quite ready with my votes just yet, Dom, but there's certainly a few players with flashes of brilliance in today's game. Speaking of flashes of brilliance, how about this? A great effort there from Edward Purintatameri, and then the kick couldn't finish it off. Paddling it forward though. It looks like there's been a free kick paid.
Yeah, holding the ball. Oh, is this going to be turned over?
Oh, it might be. Gave a little bit of a push unnecessarily after he won that free kick. They're just trying to work out. No, we'll keep free kick in the end. Maybe just a little bit of a warning from the umpire. Mark will be taken to Stacey. Now pushes it over the top. Paddled back there by Marcus Portamini. Wrapped up. Well, the Eagles work it forward though. And then Dominic Tipalura gets a handball over the top. Couldn't find a teammate. Eagles just trying to work inboard. I think the umpires have said that was out of bounds. No, it's a free kick going the way of the Tigers.
Called it a throw, I think.
Damien Dunn. Ooh, turned into a bit of a half torpedo. Couldn't find a target though. And so now Daniel Portamini on half back. He's been pretty solid in that back line for the Eagles today, particularly in that 2nd and 4th quarter. I think in that 2nd quarter he had plenty of the ball on that far back flank.
That's gone about 10 metres, that ball. 15 metres high and 10 metres long.
Approaching halfway through this final term. Eagles, you'd think, want just one more goal before, or in the next sort of couple of plays, Dom. Otherwise, time's going to feel like a bit more of a challenge.
You see the players that really just starting to get a little bit tired now. 15 minutes to go or thereabouts in this game. Next 5 minutes, I agree with you, Will. It's going to be very telling.
Comes off hands, paddled forward, running through there and back through traffic is John Babui. Then he works around, kicks it down the line. Kicked back over the top, mark taken, and playing on inside the forward 50, Paul Pilakui. Oh, on his left, well wide. Don't think he's bothered the scorers. No, he has for a point. Well, it could be a handy one, Dom. I love my handy points, and that's brought it within 3 goals.
It has brought it within 3 goals. They need to kick one of those 3 very, very soon. 61 plays 44. Thought he could have made a little bit more of that, Paul Pilakui, but not quite. They're going to get their opportunities, the Ranku Eagles. Just depends what they do with them.
Unleashes the barrel. How good was that? That was a massive torpedo. Got onto it. Tigers, he's got a couple to beat there, does Edward Purantatameri, and he couldn't do so. Eagles rebounding pretty quickly into the middle of the ground. Oh, he needed to hit Cantilla and he didn't, but he put some pressure on. Running into a brick wall there. Turns it over. No, turns it into a forward play. They keep going now. Damien Dunn, who's come alive in these last few minutes, kicks it across the forward face of the 50. Skies it towards goal. Tigers flags are waving, but it doesn't quite come across enough. And through for another handy point.
Eliminates the handy point in the other direction. Even 3 again. 62 plays 44. Imalu Tigers just unable to control the footy as they were in the previous 2.5. It is 2. So that'll, by the look of it, bring them all the way up to half-back.
Eagles can sense the timing. Oh, not a good kick though, although Braden Rioli had about 3 attempts at that. Finally got it off to John McLennan, who, as we say, has been brilliant in defence today. Oh, what a good kick inside the forward 50 to Cecil Purantatameri. Now kicks across and finds Matthias Burke-Miller. This would be a dagger if he can kick it.
Oh, they're celebrating too. Cecil Purantatameri understanding how important that kick was. You could just see the calmness about him too, the experience there. Just needing to find somebody within range who can just steady it down. And it does all sorts of things, doesn't it? Steadies everyone, takes some time off the clock, and most importantly, they're looking for the goal.
Well, it was calm kicking it, but you could see the grin once the mark was complete.
Yeah.
Let's see if that grin comes back after this kick. I think it's going to. Look at the Tigers. They are loving it at the moment. That extends the margin back out to 24 points. 4 even goals. The Tigers, they've got the premiership in their sights. 10-8-68 leading the Eagles. 6-8-44.
Oh, some steady ball movement there from the Imalu Tigers. Ended up on the chest of Cecil Purantatameri, and then very calmly he pushed the ball to Matthias Burke-Miller. Very steady play. They took their time about it, and Matthias Burke-Miller goes back and he kicks his 2nd for the afternoon, 1 in the 2nd quarter, and now a very important one to steady the ship in this last quarter. 2 goals apiece. That's not what the Ranku Eagles are looking for. They need to really get a hurry on now. Almost 14 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Ball goes up in the middle. Thumped forward again by Wallapini. He's had a pretty handy day. Kick goes forward. Braden Rioli there. Lurking. Ball not alive. No. Purantatameri having an impact there. Just chasing the ball hard. And you feel like now players like who haven't had the biggest impact on the game, they're just trying to help keep that clock ticking downwards without their defenders having a huge impact on the game. Ball goes forward now. Bounces over the top. Rolls out over the opposite boundary line, and we'll have another throw in.
Yeah, Cecil Purantatameri unsighted for the first 3 quarters, really, and then all of a sudden having an impact in this last quarter. Well, there's a free kick for a hold here. We've got an injured dog in the right forward pocket.
A little bit of a grand final tussle. It's going to be a free kick in front of goal. This you'd think is really going to make it difficult. And gee, that dog is really having a bad time. Not sure of the diagnosis at the moment, but maybe a hamstring or a calf or something. Don't know if dogs have those muscles, Dom. Never been great at my veterinary science.
68.
Ball comes in, hits the inside of the post. Makes it a handy point though.
Bert Costa, he was just about to start celebrating then. And a pesky post got in the road. It is a handy point. Makes it very difficult for the Ranku Eagles at the 15.5 minute mark now. They need 5 goals to win.
No time on as well. Need to go end to end to end to end to end, you think. Good mark though, good attempted mark. Is it being paid? Play on. Tigers kept their heads about them. Slipping over in the middle though was Damien Dunn. Arms coming over the top. No, they've called holding the ball.
Yep.
Look at them go now. Robert Tipping Woody kicks it long down the line. Slow bounce as he waits for the players to get back. Now inside the forward 50. Mark taken there. I think it's Kurt Tipping Woody. It is.
He's had a great game. Predominantly in defence, but G's played well.
And sliced it in the forward 50. Not happy with it. I think he's turned it over. Maybe just trying to do a little bit too much there. So the Tigers, slipping over in that last line of defence. Go long out down the line. Clear the pack, the Tigers. Gee, that's paid off well for them, has it? He's got 2 to beat. Thought he had the advantage. Toe poked and spills out over the boundary line. And it's going to be a free kick to the Tigers. So over the top he goes. Eagles, almost taken by the jumper. Umpire calls play on though. Gets a handball off to the runner now. Barney to Puamantamiri, gets it back a little 1-2, launches it towards goal. Ball's short, last line of defence. Tigers, they do enough to keep them at bay. Now running through there, Burke Miller on the far side. He's had a really good game as well. Handball there wasn't great. Now comes through into the middle of the ground. They chip it out wide. Looking there and finding Damien Dunn. Having a really, really good last quarter here, Damien Dunn.
Yeah, he's been important, hasn't he?
And he finds Peter Puamantamiri. He's been solid for most of the day. Plays on, chips it off, finds a teammate there, and John McLennan, another one who's had a really solid day in defence, deserves a goal here, you think.
Here he is lining up in the forward line. Interesting to see that in the last quarter, Braden Rioli, the captain, has lined up in the forward line too. So Bradley Rioli, the coach, has made some really important changes, and they've been able to put a lot of pressure on in their forward 50.
Tight angle, chewing down the clock as much as he can here. If he puts it through, the Tigers are going to be home and hosed, you would think, is to put them more than 5 goals up. John McLennan, one for the history books, launches it towards goal. Don't the Tigers love it? And they get around him.
Fantastic stuff. Supporters are loving it. The team's loving it. John McLennan been a superb defender all afternoon. Done his job down there with no fuss at all. And then here he is. He comes forward. His first opportunity with a kick at goal. And he puts, dare I say it, this margin beyond doubt now for the Imalu Tigers. 11-9-75 to 6-8-44 the Ranku Eagles.
Minutes remaining in the grand final. I think now the Tigers can say, finally, that back-to-back dream is well and truly alive and on the way.
Well and truly alive and on the way. And again, a reminder, tickets to the Dreamtime game in Darwin will be on sale shortly. Stay tuned to your AFLNT socials to find out where you can get your tickets. Another great AFLW game to feature in Darwin.
Umpire Black just counting the numbers around the ground, making sure there's 6 everywhere. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. This time to the Eagles. Not sure if it's going to have any impact on the final result. Going though, and turning inside the forward 50 was Roy Cantilla. He goes and finds John Timapatua, who he thought was maybe going to be a focal point in this last quarter. He puts through his second of the quarter. But it's going to be too little, too late. That margin now back to 25 points.
Yeah, nice play. Good work by Roy Cantilla. Quick work out of the middle two for the Ranku Eagles, and then he popped it onto the chest of John Timapatua. But too little, too late, I expect, here at Wurrumiyanga. And there it is. The siren has sounded, has it?
It has. The Tigers have gone back to back. The fans storm the field. 11-9-75. The Tigers with a historic grand final victory have won against the Eagles, 7-8-50.
There we go. Many of those players out there today trying to emulate David Cantilla, the man who was inducted into the AFL Hall of Fame earlier this year. It'll be interesting to see in that regard who does win the Brother Pie medal this afternoon. That final score, 11-9-75 to the Imalu Tigers. Ranku 7-8-50, so a 25-point ball game in the end. They win 4-1, and Will, I think when you look at the major goal scorers for the game too, the Imalu Tigers, Tristan Lippo, vice-captain, kicked 3, ended up being very important, particularly in the early stages of the third quarter. Burke Miller kicked 2, 1 in the second and 1 in the last. For the Ranku Eagles, their only multiple goal scorer was John Timapatua, and he gave them a little bit of hope at the beginning of the last quarter, but again, too little, too late with his 2 goals. A terrific match, but to me, just thought that the Imalu Tigers throughout the game were just steadier with the footy. Used it well, played a really good mark kick game, moved the ball quickly when they needed to, and just had more options up forward.
I think going forward as well, they made the most of their opportunities, even if it wasn't necessarily the best way to move forward. Early, we thought the Eagles were potentially going to be maybe a stronger outfit through their chaotic ball movement, but I think the Tigers just made sure that when they did get it forward, they made the most of their opportunities. And 11 goals 9 to 7 goals 8, 20 scoring shots to 15. The right teams won on the day, I think, and a very good season capped off by the Imalu Tigers, who all year, as we saw, they've had a really good season. Just the one loss all the way back in round 2, capped off with a premiership.
Yeah, look, they've done it all, haven't they? Tristan Lippo claiming the 2026 men's best and fairest. Cecil Prontatameri, the men's leading goal kicker, 39 goals. And Tristan Lippo in that finished 3rd with 22. Their coach was named the coach of the year. So they've done it all, and they deservedly win the grand final. So well done to the Imalu Tigers, 11-9-75, beating the Ranku Eagles 7-8-50, a 25-point win. That goes with their defeat of Mulawuri last year, which they won 94-78, so back-to-back premiers for the Imalu Tigers. They've been fantastic. Best players for you, Will?
I think Tristan Lippo with those 3 goals has probably got to be up there. It'd be hard to beat him for the Brother Pie medal, but I think also going along with him, Matthias Burke-Miller had a really solid day. Damien Dunn, particularly in that last quarter, was good in the ruck. James Wallapini was awesome. Dale Cunningham, sort of off half-back, half-forward role, and John McLennan, good to see him get a goal in that last quarter. For the Ranku Eagles, I thought Kurt Dunn-Cantilla put his body on the line throughout the entire day. They also had Daniel Portamini off half-back, who I thought was really solid. And in that last quarter, you thought maybe John Timapatua, along with the other forwards in Patrick Cook and Roy Cantilla, were maybe going to challenge the Tigers, but it wasn't to be.
So there it is from Wurrumiyanga Oval, the Imalu Tigers winning the men's Tiwi Island Football League Grand Final for 2026, 11-9-75 to 7-8-50, a 25-point win to them. Been a pleasure to host you this afternoon. My name is Dominic McCormack, Will Zwar in commentary. We look forward to having your company when the NTFL season comes around proper. Good afternoon.
Can everyone come to the front, please, so you can get the medal?